Alright, so some of you guys saw in my last video I did the RV45S review, and a lot of you guys were putting in the comments that you wanted to see me review this one. So I ended up getting this one and trying it out. So maybe you guys can take a look at this one and the other one and kind of make a decision on whether you want the dual zone or the single zone fridge. So this fridge is the latest from Setpower. This is the RV45D. It is a dual zone 45 quart fridge, and it is what I believe to be their flagship model. So I really like the way that these actually spring so far. It actually takes a lot to pull this up, so that's really, that feels really secure. The latches feel really good. So the package includes the unit itself, a 12-volt cigarette lighter, and an AC adapter. This fridge can be configured in multiple different ways, being a single or a dual zone. It can hold up to 52 cans and 46 bottles of water, weighing in at 38 pounds empty. I left both of these open to get to room temperature, and although the lights are on, the compressors are not, so they should be exactly the same temperature. So we're gonna go ahead and start these and see which one of them actually gets to 38 first. 38 degrees is perfectly reasonable for refrigeration, so we'll go ahead and see which one of these gets to that temperature first. Make sure they're both sealed. So we're gonna turn it to 38. This one to 38. We've got max. So it is 618. We'll see which one of these gets to 38 first. So here it is at 634. This is at 38. It was at 37, so I think I missed the time. But we're at 41 here. This one's at 38. And that was only, whatever the time was before, I already forgot, but it is now 6:35. That was actually a lot quicker than I thought. So yeah, if you're gonna go on a trip, you can just pre-chill it to this temperature and then set it in your vehicle. If you're running it full time, it will stay below that temperature. Normally, just to be safe, I would actually run it down to maybe like 34, 35 degrees, just in case it comes unplugged or something like that, which it's probably not gonna happen, but just in case, I like to keep it a little bit lower. So yeah, pretty quick. So one thing I really do like is that this basket has these little rubber pieces right here. It actually keeps it in pretty tight, so when I run it as a single, I can still use it and it won't move around. I can either run this one as where I put my drinks. Up here I can put my drinks, food in here, food here. I can really do a whole lot more, and I just really like the way that it is. The other one doesn't have that in there, and I think it would be really a nice addition to that one. But in this one I really like it. There's also a drain in here, which I haven't used yet, but that's kind of a cool thing to have as a backup. I probably would just wipe it down. I think it works really, really well. So as far as the latches go, this one is more of a stereotypical, just lifts up and you can close it like that. This old one had latches, so when you closed it, it would not stay closed, but you could latch it down and it was very secure. Pretty sure this latch wouldn't open. I tried testing it sideways and moved around with some product in it and it didn't fall out. But if you really, really want that extra security of the lid not coming open, the latches might be the way to go. But as far as lids, I think this one definitely wins, because when it came from the factory, I believe it came on this side. So you can open it this way, but you can also pop it off and switch sides. So the fact that it can open from both sides is really cool, because like I said, when I have it on a slide, I would like it to open this way, but now that it's just sitting in my seat for the time being, it's really nice having it this way, because then I can just reach in from the other side and just grab something real quick. So this is going to be a lot more versatile. You'll be able to put it loosely in your car, on a fridge mount, or maybe even just in the side of your car like I've been doing. So I think this one gets the point there. I also like that it is a little bit under 18 inches in height because this one's a little bit taller, and when I didn't have my drawer system, this one worked perfectly fine. But now it still works, but it's just a little bit more of a height issue where I can completely open it, no problem, but I have to pull it all the way out just to get that one to work. Whereas this one is a little bit shorter, so I know that I'll be easily able to clear it, and it'll work a lot better. For now, this is really just sitting in the seat, so this isn't an issue. The height on this one is an inch taller, so if that's a concern for you, maybe this is the route to go. The measurements inside are 12 3/4 by 18 7/8. From the bottom is 13 5/8, and then in the upper section, 6 3/8. The measurements of the 45S, we are getting 21 5/8 across, and 10 3/8 that way is 14 1/2. And then in the upper section, it is 6 3/4. So when it comes to the construction of these two, these are very different. This is more of a plastic, this is a metal. I did really like this because I used these magnet lights from Harbor Freight, and you could just stick them on them and aim them down, and you got light when you use the slide, or just in general. Now, this one doesn't really have that option, but I think if I end up choosing this one, I think I can let that functionality go. As far as handles, this one is really strong. It is made of a plastic, but it's pretty difficult to move. This one is a little bit easier to move. It's made of metal, but both of these will work really well when you're strapping your fridge down to a slide. I use this one to strap it down to a slide. That was a big question I had before I bought this one. No one knew the answer to it, but it does work. This one I think is more of a traditional one, and I'm excited to see how this will work with my new slide. Now, as far as these go, I actually think I prefer this one a little bit because it turns on almost instantly, whereas the other one you kind of press and hold. I really like the way this is set out. It says 93 degrees. It is pretty hot outside. So we went ahead and added the dual section so that now we can chose this one down to 0, and we can make this one about 36 or so, and that's how you do your dual zone. Now if you remove that, it should automatically turn this one off, and then we'll set the whole thing to about 38 degrees, and all of this will cool down. So that's how this one works. Compared to that one, I think it just feels a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. So if you think that you like this one a little bit better and you want to see more about that, I will try to link it over here somewhere, and you guys can watch more on that. Now, as far as which one I'm gonna go with in the future, I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards this one. I think the overall height is a really big factor for me. So even though I can still open this one, I think that I just prefer that shorter by an inch. I'll see how it looks when I get the fridge slide, but my guess is I will end up going with this one. I'll update you guys on Instagram which one I do, so if you want to find out, you can follow me there. While I know this one has a discount code, I believe that there will be one for this as well, and then I will link that below so you guys can use that discount. I'll also put how much the discount is right here so you guys can know. Check out one of these two videos, or you can subscribe right here.